राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय 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 गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरवनचारी जमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय राधा माधव की जय कुंज बिहारी की जय गुरु महाराज शिला श्रीपाद की जय जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय जय राधे जय कृष्ण Please accept my humble obeisances, and all the devotees are welcome to the Bhagavatam classes. Please give me blessings so that I can speak something. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayat Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So the text, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 7, text, Canto 7, Chapter 1, text 20. The chapter is entitled The Supreme Lord is Equal to Everyone. Katham tasmin bhagavati durvagraha dhamani pashyatam sarvalokanam layam yatur anjasa. Katham, word-to-word meaning. Katham, how, tasmin, that Bhagavati, in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, durvagrahaya, difficult to intend, dhamani, whose nature, pasyatam, looked on, sarvalokanam, while all the people, layam iyatu, became absorbed, anjasa, easily. Translation: how it was possible for Shishupala and Dantavakra in the presence of many exalted persons to enter very easily into the body of Krishna, whose nature is difficult to attain. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shishupala and Dantavakra were formerly Jai Vijay, the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, merging into the body of Krishna was not their final destination. For some time they remained merged, and later they received the liberation of Swarupaya and Sarlokaya, living on the same planet as the Lord in the same bodily form. The Shastras give evidence that if one blasphemes the Supreme Lord, his punishment is to remain in hellish life for many millions of years. More than one suffers by killing many Brahmanas. Shishupala, however, instead of entering hellish life, immediately and very easily received Sayujya Mukti. That such a privilege has been offered to Shishupala was not merely a story. Everyone saw it happen. There was no scarcity of evidence. How did it happen? Maharaj Yudhishthir was very much surprised. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणललितं रघुनाथां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamritam Cha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishvano Sute Devi Pranamni Hari Priya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Vancha kalptaru eva sacha kripa sindhu eva cha patitanam pavane bhe vaishnave namo. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrind ki jai. Radhe Krishna ki jai. So, so this episode is going on the inquiry of Parikshit Maharaj, that how that Lord offers someone different kinds of status, to though he is equal to everyone. He is completely equal. There is no impartiality. There is no partiality in him. For any either demon, demigods, they are all equal. But he rewards differently according to, means according to the desire, according to the whatever law. Lord, when Lord favors or Lord punishes, both are favor to the living entity. It's in material world, there is, because this we perceive this duality, that sometimes we are in pain, sometimes we are in pleasure, because this is under the influence of three modes of material nature. So we experience this duality in this material world, that someone is my friend, someone is my enemy. But for Lord, since he is the controller of the three modes of material nature, so he is never influenced, he controls, and his actions are not influenced by three modes of material nature, and his actions are beyond the dualities. So we should always remember, because many times we face very difficult situations in our life, and we think why we have to suffer like this, why Lord is not helping me. But actually, when Krishna put us in this condition, then we know that what actually we realize. It's actually in difficult time only we contemplate on ourselves, and we are forced to think why we have to be in this situation. Otherwise, everything is fine and we are facilitated with all the facility to enjoy life, then we will never think why we are here. The actual purpose why this has been given, this body is there, this universe is there, so many things are there. It is not just for our enjoyment. So Krishna facilitates to satisfy our desire, but that is not the actual goal, that Krishna is just Krishna does not want that we should stuck here. We should actually, the process of liberation is that we have to situate, we have to be Krishna conscious, we have to act in that platform practically. We have Swadhyaya is there, theoretically we have to read, we have to do sadhana, but also our behavior, our nature, we have to mold so that we become Krishna conscious. Then only we can be out of these clutches of material world. Otherwise, we'll be stuck here. Since we are stuck in time memorial, and this situation will continue. So the Lord, free from dualities, so for him, demon and devotees are equal. Everyone is equal to him. For Lord, no one is devotee and no one is demon. For Lord never distinguish between any living entity. So but he favors and he punishes according to the nature of the person. Because if some person like demigod or devotee, if he is loving and serving, so it's not required to punish him. See, there is difference between punishment and difficult times. It's not the same, because devotee also faces difficult times, and but it's not a punishment. It favors Lord, because Lord wants to make devotee's conviction more and more firm in him. Completely, he should be completely dependent on him. We should not think with this situation. Sometimes we are in some, and we feel that we are in very such situation, and then we pray more sincerely. Our conviction, our commitment increases for the Lord, and then help comes by the will of the Lord, and our faith on the Lord increases. So this is the process. Otherwise, if Krishna gives everything at proper time, we are getting prasadam at 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So many things are happening. Sankirtan, everything is happening. So we'll think we'll be not actually, our inner mood will not be developed. If that's why these difficult situations are given to us. Otherwise, things will go on. Life is going on. So since the Lord says that He is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, the well-wisher of all living entities. So this is actually the nature of Lord. He is the actual well-wisher, the eternal well-wisher. So actual. So in this world, no one is actual well-wisher than Lord and His devotees, the spiritual master. No one is, and His associates. No one means those person who cannot guide us on the path of Krishna consciousness are not our well-wisher, whoever he may be or she may be, whatever relationship we have. But if that person is impediments for us on the following the path of Krishna consciousness, we should immediately renounce that person, renounce that relationship. Otherwise, if we are attached and our heart is weak, then we don't know where we end up, and what will be the next phase of our life, we don't know. So that's why it is always recommended that we should always stay in the association of devotees, and especially spiritual master, so that he can guide us. And Krishna is the absolute for his Krishna is absolute. For him, no one is friend or enemy. His qualities are transcendental. Those who serve him or become his devotee, he will also acquire these qualities. So, Krishna's qualities are not affected by these modes in this material world. Three modes, which are these three modes are working on the direction of Krishna. These modes are created by Krishna to control the living entity and also facilitate the living entity to enjoy in this world, to satisfy their desire, to so that so this his this our activities are under the influence of three modes, but Krishna activities are on the absolute platform. Absolute, he is uh, the absolute person. He is not the person who can be controlled by the modes. So those devotees, when we become Krishna's devotee, means proper pure devotee, completely Krishna consciousness, not partially, fully Krishna consciousness, 100%. Then we will also, our activity will also be not influenced by the modes. Actually, we will use when person is in a pure platform, transcendental platform, he he has this capacity. He uses these modes to serve Krishna, to do his service for Krishna. Because when problem is at this moment our consciousness is not pure, so we cannot see things as they are. Means we differentiate, or we distinguish this, not differentiate. Actually, we are carried away by our emotions, by our feelings, sentiments. So, but when because of our own desire in the heart, because this happens, the main root cause is we have all those unwanted desire. Because to desire is the fundamental nature. We have ichha shakti. This Krishna has given free will. So when we have such desire, so then Krishna facilitates, because Krishna wants that the living entity, his part and partial, his sons, or whatever, because Krishna is so loving and he facilitates everything. Whatever you desire, he will, but then he is not responsible for the consequence. We have to face the consequence. He says he will not take part in the, he will facilitate. So everything is there, good and bad, whatever, everything is emanating from Krishna. In absolute platform, nothing is good, nothing is bad. It is just absolute and all the qualities are there in Krishna. But then now it depends on us. When we are here, we are facilitated in this material world and with this body, and then Krishna says, now it is up to us how we want to use this body for his sense gratification or for our sense gratification. That free will Krishna has given. So his enmity and friendship are external feature presented by the material energy. He is always transcendental. He is absolute, whether he kills or bestows his favor. So whatever we see when he comes to this world, to this planet, he exhibits many pastimes, many lila with his devotees, with demons, and then sometimes he is playing with devotees, he's favoring devotees, his friends, his family members, and then he's on the other side, he's killing the demons. But in both cases, both are getting the pleasure. Ultimately, the living, when it is not possible that when we come in contact of Krishna and we don't feel happy, we don't feel pleasure. It's not possible. It is impossible. The nature of Krishna is to give pleasure to others. This is his nature. He gives Govinda. He gives pleasure. So this is his nature, and it is just like this uh, in this material world. Many things are associated with its own nature. So whenever we are associating, automatically we acquire that. That's why it means when we are told we should not associate with non-devotee or worldly people, because if we associate with them, gradually we will be influenced, our consciousness will be influenced, and we'll be lost. We'll be not serious in practicing our Krishna consciousness. So when we associate with devotees, Vaishnavas, so because they are Krishna conscious person, they are practicing, they guide us. So those nature also come into us. So different. So in this verse, we see this Shishupala and Dantavakra. He got this initially Sayuj Mukti. So different person achieve different types of mukti: Sayuj, Salokya, Swarupa, Samipaya, and Shastriti, according to their own intense desire, which is called bhava. That is described here, that the gopis, by their lusty desire, which are based upon the intense love for Krishna, became the most beloved devotees of the Lord. So this is the nature of Krishna. Even in this material world, this lust is the fundamental cause of our existence, born of envy. So this lust binds us very strongly in this world, and we are carried away by lust. Lust is not, at the gross sense is there, but also the lust in the subtle sense to desire to enjoy this material world, is a material nature desire. So this is actually, as long as we have this, and it is at the gross level and it is at the subtle level also. The subtle level, like Mahaprabhu says in Sikshastakam, na dhanam, na sundari, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, na kavitam, vajagdista. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, na kavitam, no fame. Fame is very subtle. Everyone likes to be appreciated, likes to be that people should acknowledge me, my existence, my presence. If you are not acknowledged, and if you are not, your presence is not acknowledged in any assembly or any place, then you don't like to stay because you feel insulted or your desire. So this happens, and this is the nature, because we are here for these things. We want these things. Dhanam, Janam, Sundarim, Kavitam. This is our purpose to stay in this material world. We want nice women, we want lot of money, we want lot of fame. And so actually, when we are free from all these unwanted desire to all these things, then only our real bhakti starts. So in this Krishna, you see the gopis, so this this desire appeared lusty, but actually they were not at all lusty desire. They were not the lusty desire of the material world. So this intense desire to stay with Krishna, to associate with Krishna, but that was not at the gross level like what we like. Suppose some boy or girl, they are attracted to each other. So their attraction leads to the gross level. But this is not in the case of Krishna and gopis, because this material world, this kind of attraction, what the this the attraction between the two opposite sex is the most gross level attraction. And just opposite, you see, if this attraction, this love for Krishna is this, our love is directed to Krishna, it becomes the topmost. So this is that's why this material nature is just opposite of the spiritual nature. Chaitanya Charitamrita compares the desire of the spiritual desires of the spiritual and material world to gold and iron. Both gold and iron are metal, but there is a vast difference in their value. The lusty desire of gopis for Krishna are compared to gold, and material lusty desire compared to iron. So there is no value of our, our love, so-called love, and this and that in this material world. So unless the center point of that attraction is Krishna, then this that is going to bind us in this material world. Any kind of relationship, any kind of attraction what we develop, if we are if we know, if we are means understand that unless this Krishna's purpose is satisfied, we should not keep those. We should try to pray to Krishna or to spiritual master that such attraction should not come into our heart, because this world is like a very very risky place, and since we are not in pure consciousness, we are easily carried away by the modes. Our modes act after. First is thing is our desire. Mode is just facilitating to fulfill our desire. Mode is the agent of Krishna. Mode is not like, mode is controlling us, but the problem is in us that we have such desire. This desire, this thing to enjoy, to we want to satisfy our senses with this, to material nature in different with the different forms of material nature. So we have to be very very careful when such thought, because mind is like this, many such thought comes into our mind, and but we should try to not contemplate on those thoughts which we know that this is going to be harmful in our Krishna conscious practice. In bhakti, for us it will be harmful, and we should not contemplate. We should try to focus, and then it is very easy. We should try to do swadhyay, reading, chanting, engage in service, theoretical and practical service. So then this desire will be gone away. So, and even if sometimes we have lusty desire, we should start chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. So this goes away, and these are the practical experience, and so, or any unwanted desire. So then Krishna immediately comes into our heart and he removes, and he helps his devotees, and he likes to help his devotees. So devotees are very much committed to him. For devotee, Krishna is everything. So commitment is very very important in the life of a devotee, and we have to be. So this commitment is very, if as a human being also, we have to be, our commitment should never fail. So we have to be very much committed, and in the case and of in Krishna consciousness, we have to be exclusively committed to Krishna and his devotees, and especially Guru Maharaj. We have to be exclusively committed for Guru Maharaj. And if we are exclusively committed for the Guru Maharaj service, then what will happen, that Guru Maharaj will be completely situated in our heart fully. When he sees that his disciples, his devotees are completely that they wants to dedicate, we want to dedicate our life for him, then he situates, he completely enter in our heart, and Guru Maharaj, so he direct us completely that in what direction we should go, so that in this lifetime we can fulfill the journey of our Krishna consciousness. So what will happen when Guru Maharaj is in our heart? So you see, for like in this Krishna, the heart of Vaishnava, the Guru Maharaj and Vaishnava, this is the resting place for Krishna. Krishna resides in their heart, in their consciousness completely. So when Guru Maharaj will be in our heart, so Krishna will also be in our heart. So Krishna will be situated in our heart fully, and Krishna says, the Vaishnavas are in my heart, and Vaishnavas, devotees are in Krishna, his devotees are in his heart. So this is the process. If we are fully conscious to bring Guru Maharaj, and we become fully engage ourselves in Guru Maharaj service, and then we'll always be conscious of Guru Maharaj, and then that is the actual process of becoming Krishna conscious. So Narottam Das Thakur also sings, Tumhare hridaye sada Govinda Vishram, Govinda ko hai namora Vaishnava Param. So you see this song, very nice song by Narottam Das Thakur from Pratna. So there is Govinda is residing in Vaishnava's heart. So in our case, we have got Krishna has given us Guru Maharaj in his blessing in the form of Guru Maharaj. So we should bring Guru Maharaj in our heart, and then we'll become, and Krishna is also there. So practically, and then this is not theoretical, practical. If Guru Maharaj is like we saw, for Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada was fully in his heart. Whenever we see, always Prabhupada wants this, by Prabhupada's mercy, every time. So Prabhupada is in his heart, so Krishna is also there in his heart. So similarly, if Guru Maharaj is in our heart, because for us, Guru Maharaj is our absolute authority, so we have to bring Guru Maharaj, then Krishna will come. Not that we try to bring Prabhupada. Prabhupada will not come into our heart, because Prabhupada has given Guru Maharaj to us. So we have to bring Guru Maharaj into our heart, then Krishna will come. So if we are committed fully, so this is the actual process of becoming Krishna consciousness. And if we are not committed fully, if we are not committed to fulfill the desire of Guru Maharaj, then we are not serious in our spiritual life. So exclusive commitment for Guru Maharaj service is the actual purpose of our life. So you see, there can be so many commitments in our life. So whatever we are doing, but we have to focus, we have to understand that our life should have exclusive, only one commitment, and that is to commit and to serve my spiritual master, to serve Guru. Then our life will be successful. So the primary purpose of this is the primary purpose of our life. Most of the time we are engaged in the secondary purpose of our life, the concocted purpose. Means actual purpose we have to, and we concoct, okay, we have this, we have that, we have to do this, we have to do so many activity we concoct in our mind, and we start pursuing those things. So then those ideas, and then we ultimately, what happens, we are lost, and we don't know where we are going. So even means what happens, even means this exclusive commitment is required. This partial commitment will not lead us to the ultimate result. If we want the complete result, so we have to be we need, Guru Maharaj needs our complete commitment. Then only it is possible. So we have been concocting these kind of ideas in our life since time immemorial. In our minds, time immemorial. Since time immemorial, we have been engaging ourselves in such activity which gives satisfaction to our satisfaction to our to only to our senses, not to the senses of Krishna. Since time immemorial, because we are engaged in such activity for our sense gratification, so at least in this lifetime, if we dedicate ourselves for his pleasure, for Krishna's pleasure, so then for the satisfaction of his senses, to fulfill his desire, so then our life will be, we can achieve the ultimate goal of life. So Guru Maharaj's service should be the center point of our life. So we are doing so many things, but we should also always remember that we should try to if suppose we are in such situation that we have to continue, so but try to minimize as much as possible and try to give maximum time for Guru Maharaj service. So we have been, so we see that you see one example, like you see that when we see the planets are moving around the sun, and planets, this sun, there is attraction, this they are in their orbit, and there is a gravitational force between the sun and the planet, and that's why they are moving in the specific orbit. Otherwise, if this gravitation force is not there, then this planet will be lost in the space. We don't know where they went. No one will know. So this attraction, it should be there. That force of attraction between Guru Maharaj and us should be there. Otherwise, if we don't keep this attraction, we don't love, and then this, if we, and we have to try to increase, what happens that if we don't try to increase those attraction or love for Guru Maharaj, then gradually it will deteriorate. Because in material world, this is nature, everything deteriorates. So then finally we will be lost. So what, for keeping ourselves, that to increase our love or increase our attraction for our spiritual master, for Guru Maharaj, that we have to be engaged fully in his service. Then we have to follow his instruction, we have to follow his desire, we have to contemplate on him, that what he wants, how I can serve him more and more. So similarly, we should keep ourselves within the range of Guru Maharaj gravitational force. So his gravitational force is his instructions, his mission, his service. So if we try to, if we don't try to be in his range of his gravitation force, then it will be very difficult for us. And every time, this place is a very dangerous place, and if we are not engaging ourselves in proper direction, in proper mood, then it's possibilities are there that we can be lost. So we have to think more and more seriously, and to fulfill the desire of Guru Maharaj should be our goal of life. That should be the only exclusive and ultimate goal of life. So the primary purpose of our life should be his happiness, not my happiness. This should be our primary purpose. And so we should do it, because you see, since time immemorial, we are in this world and we are only self-conscious. We have not become Krishna conscious. We are only self-centered. Always, desire to satisfy our senses. But that is, ultimately, it will not give any happiness. So similarly, in this life, this is a golden opportunity for all of us to dedicate our life on the actual purpose of our life, actual purpose, not like temporary or not like concocted, so illusory. This is our actual, the eternal purpose. Because in this life, Krishna has given his blessing, his mercy in the form of Guru Maharaj to us. So because we have uh, got the opportunity to associate with him and serve him, so we should be feel very, very blessed that Krishna has blessed us with such a pure devotee, such a exalted person. We have never associated in this whole mess. We never associated. So for his satisfaction, spiritual master satisfaction, Guru Maharaj satisfaction, his happiness, his desire should be fulfilled. His mission should be fulfilled, and that is our eternal purpose of life. And so we should pray to Guru Maharaj that please keep me eternally engaged in your service, and by his mercy, our spiritual purpose of our life will be fulfilled. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna. Yeah.
Thank you for this nice and beautiful class, and it is very, very practical for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anyone is having any questions regarding today's class, they can raise the hand and ask His Grace Achit Keso Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so in general, I mean, we have such feelings like, okay, we will do service to Guru Maharaj in this way, but we are not sure whether it is what Guru Maharaj wants from us or not. So, how to proceed further in that kind of situation?
And you ask your your Guru Maharaj what he wants. You want to serve him, then you have to first take instruction from him. Then only you can serve. Otherwise, how you will serve? We cannot just serve by with our own concoction. That okay, I am doing this, so this will be pleasing to Guru Maharaj. But how? There should be. That's why this in Vaishnav culture we have our authority, we have our standard. So our authority sets the means our spiritual master sets the standard, or his associates, whoever is authorized. So they set the standard that we have to engage like this, we have to do this service in this way. Not only the service, he also gives the direction. So you have to inquire submissively and express your desire to serve him exclusively. Then only he will give the instruction. Otherwise, if you even you inquire and if he sees your heart is not fully ready to accept his instruction, so he will just give partial instruction. Because even if he gives full instruction, you will not accept it, and then he will waste his time, you will waste your time. So he will give something, okay. So this unless we come to that platform of our full commitment and exclusive dedication for him, then all instruction will come. Till that time, so we have to first we have to commit ourselves to that person who is going to take back to you to the ultimate person, to ultimate Krishna. First you have to become Guru conscious, and that is Krishna conscious. If we are not conscious about what my Guru wants, how we can become Krishna? It's not possible to approach Krishna. It is impossible. Krishna is not within our range. That's why Krishna sends his devotee, and all the devotees, they take so much trouble to guide us. So, so that's the process. So we have to be like this empty pot, very famous example, empty. We should not be filled with our heart should be empty, full. That so that Guru Maharaj can fill with all his instruction, all his love in our heart, in your heart. Otherwise, how already you are filled, you have your own, even he will tell, okay, now you have to go somewhere else to do something else. So in this way, progress will be very, very slow. It will happen, but because since you are, because this is the beauty, you know, anyone he does any small or big, whatever service, even small, he is benefited. But then it is a progress. It is not a final destination. We have to reach, we have to not, we are not there that we just keep walking, or suppose someone is telling you keep walking on this road. So then what is the purpose of walking? Because we have to reach somewhere, no? Otherwise, he will go, you keep walking for the rest of the life. Who will walk? No one will not. We are not like this. Living entity means the destination. We want to be in our natural situation. That is our destination. The ultimate, you know, this fundamental situation, our own Sarup, then only we will be satisfied. Till that time, we will not be satisfied. So that is granted by our Guru. Only your Guru can grant that. No one else in this world. Prabhupada will not come to grant you, or any other, no. Only your spiritual Diksha Guru will grant you this. Only he has this adhikar. Even Krishna will not grant you this unless he does not. So he only does. And this is what, and Krishna is given this adhikar, you know. Krishna is situated. That's why, you know, this song, Krishna Krishna Bolidhai Tapachava. We have to be behind him. Then only we will get the ultimate mercy. Till that time, we have to be patient and serve, but we have to increase our mood to do more and more service to full. First, him, that person is important in your life. Remaining else, you know, God brother, God uncle, God whatever, that is secondary. No, primary is first the Diksha Guru. That is most important. Whatever he says, first fulfill that. And then only we can be, we will be Krishna conscious. Okay? It's fine, or
Thank
you
you.
want some
Yeah.
more explanation?
Thank you, Roji. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, anyone else is having any further question? If so, please.
नीलांबर महाराज।
हरे कृष्णा महाराज जी दंडवत कहिए।
प्रणाम प्रभु जी, दंडवत।
हरे कृष्णा महाराज, दंडवत
जय
प्रणाम।
जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ महाराज।
हम लोग देखे जी कुछ डिवोशन लाइन में हम गुरु कृष्ण का इच्छा को केंद्र करके करना चाहते हैं, तो कई प्रकार का विरोधाभास, प्रतिबंध, डायरेक्ट प्रतिबंध ये सब आ रहा है। तो ये परिस्थिति में हम लोग क्या करना चाहिए?
देखिए, पहले सिचुएशन को समझना जरूरी होता है, ठीक है। प्रतिबंध है या विरोधाभास है, ठीक है। तो विरोधाभास है तो क्यों है, किस सिचुएशन में है। अब कोई विरोध कर रहा है तो इसका मतलब नहीं कि हम डिटरमाइंड है तो हम उससे जाके फाइट करना, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। कमिटमेंट होना चाहिए कि हमें उसको करना है। तो अभी एक उदाहरण देते हैं, जैसे हम लोग कॉलेज कैंपस में प्रीचिंग करते हैं, ठीक है ना। तो कभी कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि गुरु महाराज इसलिए हम लोग को बताते थे कि कैंपस के रूल के हिसाब से ही प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए। कभी भी कोई भी मीन्स कॉलेज कैंपस है, यूनिवर्सिटी कैंपस है, या कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट का जो है जहाँ पे हम लोग कोई प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं, तो वहाँ के रूल्स को वायलेट नहीं करना चाहिए, नहीं तो वहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम होगा, उसका विरोध होगा। तो हम लोग एक्सपीरियंस किए, गुरु महाराज हमें, हम लोग को भाग्य अच्छा है कि गुरु महाराज हमें गाइड किए, तो हम लोग कभी नहीं ऐसा किए। लेकिन फिर कुछ कुछ डिवोटी आए जो गुरु महाराज के डिसाइपल नहीं है, वो अपने मन से कुछ डिफरेंट एक्टिविटी शुरू कर दिए ऑन द नेम ऑफ कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस, और उसके बाद पूरा प्रोग्राम बैन कर दिया गया कैंपस में। इसी के लिए हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि विरोधाभास, और हम उस विरोध को टैकल करने के लिए केपेबल है कि नहीं और हमारे पास वो फैसिलिटी है कि नहीं। ठीक है, सपोज कीजिए अभी जो है मान लीजिए कोरोना का है, कोरोना लॉकडाउन है। अब हम लॉकडाउन में बोलेंगे कि हम अभी नगर संकीर्तन निकालेंगे, तो उसमें क्या होगा, पुलिस जाके पकड़ लेगा। तो विरोध ही किया ना पुलिस आपका, आपको तो ये सहयोग नहीं किया कि हाँ स्वामी जी आप अच्छा काम करें जाइए। तो इसी के लिए हमें परिस्थिति को समझ के और फिर उसके अनुसार अगर सब स्टेप लेना चाहिए कि हम विरोध करके, अगर कोई मान लीजिए सपोज कीजिए हम लोग नगर कीर्तन कर रहे हैं और कोई एक बदमाश आदमी है कुछ पत्थर फेंक रहा है या कुछ ऐसे कर रहा है, तो हम उसको हटाएं उस जगह से, चलो हटो। लेकिन अगर ऐसा जो सोसाइटी में है या कंट्री में उसका लॉ परमिट नहीं कर रहा है, जैसे ईरान में है, ईरान में आप ओपनली कोई भी हिंदू फेस्टिवल या ये हरिनाम संकीर्तन या इस तरीके का कोई प्रोग्राम नहीं कर सकते हैं, किसी तरीके का रिलीजन प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर सकते हैं एक्सेप्ट इस्लाम। तो इसी के लगे वहां पे जाके हम रथ यात्रा करेंगे या नगर संकीर्तन करेंगे तो हमें क्या करे, पुलिस पकड़ के जेल में डाल देगा, विरोध ही किया ना। तो परिस्थिति के वो समझ के उसके अनुसार करना चाहिए। लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम अगर कुछ है इस तरीके का एक्टिविटी तो हमें समय का वेट भी करना चाहिए कि समय सही परिस्थिति, या हमें अपने स्थान को बदल देना चाहिए। क्योंकि देखिए एक चीज समझना चाहिए कि हाँ अभी परिस्थिति नहीं है तो हम चुपचाप बैठे हैं, अब परिस्थिति अगर नेक्स्ट 10 साल तक हुआ नहीं तो हम कुछ करेंगे नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर हमारा परिस्थिति अनुकूल नहीं है तो हम ऐसे जगह में जाएं जहाँ परिस्थिति अनुकूल है, वहां जहाँ पे प्रचार हो सकता है या कोई भी एक्टिविटी जो डिवोशनल लाइफ के लिए जरूरी है वो हम कर सकते हैं। जैसे बहुत सारे डिवोटी फॉरेन कंट्री से इंडिया में सेटल हो जाते हैं आके, इसलिए सेटल हो जाते हैं कि यहाँ का जो है एनवायरनमेंट, यहाँ का कंडीशन अनुकूल है डिवोशनल कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस को, डिवोशन को प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए। ठीक है, तो हमेशा आपको समय काल पात्र इसको देख के डिसीजन लेना है। लेकिन कभी भी ये नहीं है कि हम आइडियल बैठ जाए, नहीं, ये अलाउड नहीं है। हम जाएंगे, सपोज कीजिए हम लोग बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने जाते हैं कॉलेज में, तो कभी ले लेता है कोई कॉलेज, कभी नहीं लेता है। जो कॉलेज नहीं लेता है हम उसको फिर ट्राई करते हैं कुछ समय के बाद, जैसे उसका प्रिंसिपल चेंज होता है या उसका कुछ ऐसे होता है या कुछ ऐसा सिचुएशन आता है। ऐसे नहीं कि छोड़ देना है, ट्राई करिए, वहां नहीं हुआ तो दूसरे कॉलेज में जाएंगे, तीसरे कॉलेज में जाएंगे। तो हमें अनुकूल परिस्थिति का इंतजार भी करना चाहिए, प्लस एट द सेम टाइम देखते भी रहना चाहिए कहाँ पे जाके हमारा प्रचार और अच्छा हो सकता है। ऐसे स्थानों पे जाएं, वहाँ करें, फिर वहाँ कहीं पता चला हाँ वहाँ अनुकूल हुआ तो वहाँ भी करें। तो ये तो मतलब आपको समय काल पात्र देख के ही डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा। लेकिन किसी भी कंडीशन में सेवा जारी रहना चाहिए, सेवा नहीं रुकना चाहिए। ठीक है ना, कि ऐसा नहीं कि हम अभी परिस्थिति ठीक नहीं देखिए भक्त के लिए हमेशा परिस्थिति अनुकूल होता है भक्ति करने के लिए, प्रचार करने के लिए, अगर भक्त के अंदर इच्छा है तो। और नहीं इच्छा है तब तो कभी भी अनुकूल परिस्थिति नहीं आएगा हमारे जीवन में। हमेशा विरोध कुछ ना कुछ हम, क्योंकि विरोध बहुत सारा विरोध बाहर से ज्यादा अंदर में रहता है, हमारे मन का विरोध होता है। उसको बाहर का विरोध तो 1% है, 1% भी नहीं, बहुत कम। अंदर का विरोध तो उससे कितना हजारों गुना ज्यादा। ठीक है महाराज,
जय जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ महाराज, दंडवत।
हरे कृष्ण ब्रदर,
हरे कृष्ण।
बहुत अच्छा उत्तर दिया। Yes, and we request all the speakers also to share few pastimes of Sripad Maharaj so that we also can release and we also get some information whenever it is appropriate. Yeah.
Govind Maharaj is there. If you request or you allow him, if he likes to speak.
Yes, we have 4 more minutes. Yes,
Yeah.
Maharaj, please.
Maharaj disappeared. He came back. His signal is not so good.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj ji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandvat.
Dandvat, I joined late. I was busy with someone. So, what's the occasion? What is the context?
Context is, Maharaj, that this is means this discussion is going on, that how this Shishupala and Dantavakra was able to merge in Supreme Lord since they were demon. So this context is that Lord is not partial to anyone. So initially they got Saiju Mukti, but later on they were in Vaikuntha Loka. Salukya and Swarup Mukti they got later on, but for some time they were in this situation. So this is the shloka. So I think Shravan Pro, his signal is not good. It's coming, going. He's again muted.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah, because when Krishna, someone gets killed by Krishna, then he definitely gets the supreme destination. You know, he becomes the associate of the Lord. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 90th chapter. You know, last chapter. The speciality of Krishna is described. Those who were inimical to Krishna and those who were favorable to Krishna, they both attained the Swarupa. You know, so Shishupal apparently entering Krishna's body, there is not like because as the Siddhant is described, because they could not get away from thinking of Krishna. They could not ignore Krishna, you know. Even out of envy, they were always conscious of Krishna. And becoming conscious of Krishna with any of the sentiments, it causes one to attain the supreme destination. Because becoming conscious of Krishna through any sentiment, it is so purifying, you know. And how can, if someone becomes conscious of Krishna in any way, yena kena prakarena manah Krishna niveshayate. That's why the Siddhanta Bhagavatam, that somehow or other, if one can absorb the mind in the thought of Krishna, he attains the supreme destination. And that Siddhanta is corroborated in the conclusion of 10th canto, where it said that Snigdha and those who are favorable to Krishna in being conscious of him, and those who are inimical to him, they both attain Swarupa. That means one thing is for sure, that Krishna has our best self-interest. So whatever Krishna does, it is in our best interest. It's just like parents don't give food to the children when they are sick. So that is also good for them, so that they become well, then they can eat many dishes. So different situations. So that point has to be emphasized when we think of Krishna being impartial. He's definitely impartial as far as his Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. That point we discussed other day, I think. Krishna is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Sarva includes those who are inimical to him, unfavorable to him, and what to speak of those who are favorable to him. He's the Suhrid. So that he's being Suhrid to Sarva Bhutanam, makes him impartial towards everyone. Apparently, it appears that he is inimical or he is unfavorable to, but unfavorable is just like parents don't allowing eating heavy dishes to the children who are sick or those who have fever. That is also doing a favor. So they have the best interest of the child who is sick. Apparently, he is not fed heavy palatable items. But that is also because the parents are concerned for his better health. Because in a sick situation, feverish situation, if one is given food which is not so conducive. So apparent difference may be there will be, but in reality, Krishna is having the best interest. Krishna is only favoring everyone for their best interest. So that way he is impartial in that way.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much. Yes, Achit Prabhu, maybe we can conclude for the day.
Jai Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Anant Koti
Jai.
Vaishnav Vrind ki Jai. Please come for tomorrow
Jai.
classes at 7:30. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. His Grace Achit Keshav Prabhu ki Jai. Thank you all for joining. See you all in tomorrow's class at 7:30 a.m.
Hare Krishna.